renovations here the last couple of months, and we're also incorporating this new sound system into the Cymatic experience.
Okay. I decided to go on the mountain this time further, and that's my goal. And then I thought of all your goals, but I couldn't remember some of your goals, but I remembered yours: ascension and healing, and then suddenly I remembered what you told us in the beginning, that you demand from spirit that we get a relief, or that we get
Making sure we got it all set up for the next new moon experience, Cymatic experience. And Lindy and I were playing around down here, getting the whole thing sequenced and balanced. But what's the difference between the floor sound, because remember that this whole floor ripples like the skin of a drum, and compared to, you know, a speaker, you know, it's like a vast surface.
Yeah, the pieces, it was all the vibrations in that were all surrounded around my hips and my back. I could feel the movement of the music massaging my bones.
Right. And did you go to any inner experience, visionary experience? Was the whole trip happening up there?
Yes, I saw all kinds of faces.
Ah.
Faces. And, yeah, mostly faces, different faces.
So how would that in time with your intent? Who were did you recognize any of them? Or it was just like a dream where you go?
A couple of them, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And
Well,
normally when I thought about those people, I would have a major, ugly panic attack.
and how did you feel this time?
That they just kind of floated away.
Hallelujah. Right? And when you're lying down on here, of course, you're going to feel that vibration. So what we're doing was like setting it up so that when the floor became when I turned the volume up on the floor a little bit, the whole sound in the room just warmed up. You know, it was like totally different. From here, from these speakers here, which are actually coupled now to the floor, you could feel it, and it was more of a jarring bam, bam, bam thing in those type of speakers. But the warmth from the sound, which is of course heart-based, you know, centered, that. Your experience there, Ryan?
It was actually pretty intense, more intense than I expected. So when it started, for some reason I was fearful, because I felt this just electricity running through me, and I had this thought that I wanted to leave it, and then it quickly went away as I just let go. As I let go, I just saw a lot of visions, and I saw nature, I saw people with face tattoos that I've never seen before. I saw how we're all connected, everyone in the room. And I felt like time stopped or ceased to exist for a little bit.
Beautiful.
And I still am feeling like a little off or different right now, but I'm going to go home and meditate, write, and collect my thoughts.
Right. So this, your intent there, Ryan, was your better communication with higher self, right?
Yes.
So all of those pictures out of that it gives to the music is absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, Lindy, you were experiencing that too, right? Well, actually,
Yeah, I love the sound which comes from the floor, because it is organic to me. It is just supporting what I call life force, whereas from the radio it is more a stimulation, an artificial stimulation, which the ears pick up more than the whole body. So to me, the flora is superior to the what comes out of the speakers.
Yeah, it's a totally richer, warmer feeling auditorily, and
I was really feeling how you, like, I was feeling it, how, like, where the frequencies were resonating in my body, where they would land, and then how they would move, and how it would feel in my body when it came to, like, a resistance, and how I could use my breath to release and let it just relax and keep flowing. And it was like a massage.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and I was just laying there in super deep gratitude for you and Lindy and the space you hold. You know, it's just your love and kindness is epic. And I really appreciate you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it was almost like I was observing you while you were putting together this love and compassion and the will to see people heal and awaken, and you know, the good people come out, and that's something special. I really feel super blessed to have crossed paths with you guys.
Yeah, me too. I know
Yeah.
that. And like she was lying there, and I was adjusting the volumes, and thumbs went up, and just at that time when I changed the volume, the whole soundscape enriched. It became really alive in here. And so that's the type of work we do, and that's what Cymatics is really about for me, is how to use...
Put some pressure on my eyes, and I was just seeing the most beautiful kind of shapes and colors. Things I hadn't really seen, and colors I wouldn't expect to see in doing that type of... I don't know if it's a meditation or what it is exactly, but to just like be like, oh, like that's a color I haven't seen, you know, here. So it was pretty, it was cool.
To use those vibrations to really amplify that connection into the body, and specifically into the mitochondria, which there's trillions of them in the body, and so that we're really activating the light body through the mitochondria and the activity of these vibrations, these movements of these particles, this electrodynamic force that's been pulsed through you. So looking forward to seeing you at the next New Moon celebration and experience, and talk to you then. Any questions, pop them in below.